the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime
and the SJW district attorneys who don't prosecute the offenders. These are their stories.
Guess what? It turns out that I'm actually officially psychic. I want to play for you a selection of a video I posted September 15th of 2018. You can check it out yourself. It's still posted to my YouTube channel.
But come on, I must be exaggerating. Couldn't possibly be the case that large mobs of people are controlling the outcome of criminal cases in Philadelphia, could it?
What murder charge changed nearly 3 weeks after a businessman is stabbed to death on a Philadelphia street. The district attorney reduces a charge against the suspect.
The fight turned violent when police say White pulled out a knife and stabbed the real estate developer once in the back. This morning, Schellinger's mother was one of the more than 100 people who packed the courtroom. Most there, though, in support of White.
I wanted to make sure that there were no surprises coming out in that courtroom and that her thoughts were considered at every step.
Now the case is...
What's that? Huge amounts of people are gathered at the courthouse wearing matching t-shirts? These shirts are not honoring the memory of the victim, a white man, who was brutally stabbed to death, but instead are showing support to the murderer? Some of these supporters are hiding their faces with burqas. And as a result of this mob protest, Larry Krasner held a press conference where he agreed to drop the first-degree murder charge.
Really makes you think.
Do something horrible like stab a real estate developer to death? Just whip up some outrage on social media and Rat King Krasner will just make it go away.
Well, guess what, everyone? I've got an update for you for this case. Do you think that Larry Krasner saw to it that justice was done? Or did Larry Krasner's administration fuck everything up, like a bunch of bumbling social justice warrior Keystone cops?
Krasner would not even charge White with homicide. The case was weakened by that so badly that White, in the end, wound up with just probation.
From a scathing editorial from the Wall Street Journal, Philadelphia's top prosecutor pursues social, not actual justice. The starting sentence: Michael White didn't deny killing Sean Schellinger. He admitted to police and at his trial that he plunged a knife several times into Schellinger's back. Should be a pretty slam dunk case then, right? When the murderer admits that he killed someone by stabbing them in the back repeatedly, you would expect that to be an easy conviction. But there's more. Numerous witnesses and a cell phone video confirmed what happened. Yet in October 2019, a jury acquitted Mr. White, a 22-year-old college student, of voluntary manslaughter. Many, including the victim's family, blame none other than Larry Krasner, the Rat King of Philadelphia, the George Soros dumpster fire of a prosecutor. So how did the Krasner administration fuck this up so bad? Well, apparently they originally charged the defendant, Mr. White, with first-degree murder. But then that angry mob, the one I talked about in my September 2018 video, you know, the people who were hiding their faces, wearing matching t-shirts, protesting on behalf of a murderer, they put a lot of pressure on Mr. Krasner. So he dropped the first-degree murder charge and charged the defendant instead with third-degree murder. And then a few days before the trial, after this same group continued to pressure Larry Krasner by calling his administration racist, by protesting and browbeating him, he ends up dropping the murder charge entirely. Instead, Larry Krasner's administration proceeds on a much lesser charge of voluntary manslaughter. Here's the problem though. The case is a stabbing. A manslaughter is an accidental killing. Like you drive drunk and then you hit another car and kill someone. So what's the prosecution's theory of the case? Was the jury supposed to believe that Sean Schellinger accidentally walked into the knife that Michael White was holding, that he just backed up into that knife several times until he died? Of course he would be acquitted of voluntary manslaughter. because he didn't commit a voluntary manslaughter. He committed a murder. He stabbed someone in the back until they died. This to me is 100% vindication that I was right. All the people who criticized me, who defended Larry Krasner, you guys were wrong. This guy's a joke, his administration's a joke, and because of his stupid social justice warrior shenanigans, because of his tinkering, his impotence on behalf of people who are literally protesting on behalf of some guy who murdered someone, because of all of that, a murderer walks free. And there will be no justice done for the family of Sean Schellinger, because Sean Schellinger was a white man, Michael White was a black man, and this is how things work in Larry Krasner's Philadelphia. Thank you. I'm a psychic. You should subscribe to my YouTube channel.